Hello students, today we're going to talk about reproductive strategies again, and this time we're going to focus on parental care. We've covered parental care in a lot of places. This is going to be a very short lecture, so I will go ahead and get started on that short lecture. So reproductive strategies, parental care, there are a lot of readings for this topic, but you've seen most of them before. Mother Nature is the book that we're reading through, and Chapter 6 focuses on lactation, why it's beneficial and how it evolved. And clearly lactation is an important part of parental care in mammals. Chapter 9 focuses on why males would care. Why do males provide parental care? Why don't they provide parental care? Why do females do more of the care? And that's the bulk of this this lecture too. And then Chapter 11 is a review. It focuses on kin selection, and it focuses on the evolution of the care of alloparents and why they would care. Why would relatives care? Well, because of kin selection. And by relatives, we might mean older siblings, or in the case of humans, grandparents, things like that. Okay, so let's get started. What is parental care? Well, it's any behavior that increases the probability of survival of the offspring. It usually comes at a cost of further reproduction to the parent, but not always. And here's a beautiful, looks like a retriever with her pups. So what does parental care involve? What kinds of things are we talking about? One could be protection from environmental fluctuations. So we see birds that incubate their eggs, keeping them warm, and they keep their young warm as well. They actually develop, the birds that do the incubating, males and females, will develop a patch of, it's called a brood patch on their bellies. If you have them in your hand and turn them over and blow on their feathers, they've lost a bunch of feathers, and they have this like yellow fatty pad that can come into direct contact then with the young or with the eggs, and that helps keep those young warm. Animals place young in dens to protect them from the elements. Fish will actually oxygenate their eggs and remove parasites from, different kinds of parasites from the eggs while watching them. So those would be good examples. Protection from predators is, of course, involved in parental care. We can think of many examples of this. Here's a picture of an alligator with its little alligator baby that it's protecting. But fishes will protect their eggs and their young fry from invading predators. Herbivores will do the same thing. Think of elk or deer or bison. Will certainly protect them from predators. Mammals do as well. This is pretty obvious. Parental care also involves providing food and nutrition. And for mammals, this is huge. One of the most important things that mammals do for parental care is lactating. Females lactate and provide nutrition for their young. There's a huge section on lactation in Chapter 6 that focuses on, how did lactation even evolve from, our reptilian ancestors? And that's really kind of interesting. And also, what kinds of benefits does lactation actually provide? And let me flip over here. The evolution of lactation is kind of complicated. Researchers think that there are several hypotheses that some ancient ancestor to us maybe had a sweat gland that got blocked up, and a young suckled on it, and it provided some accidental nutrition. The accidental nutrition hypothesis suggests that led to the evolution of full-on mammary glands. Other researchers believe that there's something called the disinfectant hypothesis out there, that having a small amount of secretion after the young is born provided the young with so much protection from disease, because it carried with it all of mom's antibodies, that that led to the evolution of full-on mammary glands. But we're not exactly sure. All we know is essentially the milk that moms make is a superfood, right? It's designed to fit the needs of the young and the lifestyle of the young. So we see differences in the fat content, for example, in milk provided by animals that have different lifestyles. So in animals that are carrying their young around all the time, the milk fat is pretty low. Milk is mostly water. It keeps it provides nutrition too, but it's not so rich in fats. But in animals that will leave their young for the whole day to go out finding food somewhere and come back to a den later to nurse, they provide a much higher fat milk. This is true for animals that have a very short childhood as well, or short lactation periods. So apparently seals lactate as little as a week, but when they do lactate, they are providing their offspring with like 60% fat in the milk. It's crazy. That is so much fat in the milk. In addition, the superfood provides a whole set of interesting molecules, antibodies, and other vitamins and other things that baby needs. In addition, as mom continues to care for the young by licking the young basically licking the young, she is exposed to the parasites that the young is exposed to, and she makes her own antibodies against them. Then she feeds the young the milk. So it's a pretty cool setup, that's for sure. And it's very, very energetically expensive. It's the most energetically expensive thing that mammals do in care of young, more so than pregnancy. Okay, lots of animals provide food and nutrition, right? So birds, insects, you name it. There are plenty of animals. Some fish will certainly provide food as well. So we've got, and this is an important part of care. And then providing information. So this is mostly true of long-lived species or longer-lived animals, but animals teach their young about how to catch food, or where to find food, where to find water, how to avoid predators. This care of young it's a way of spreading culture, isn't it? Providing information is passing information from generation to generation. That is culture. And animals do this regularly, teaching each other, teaching the next generation about how to care for themselves, essentially. Okay, so who provides the care? Well, in many, many animals, there is no care. The eggs are fertilized, they are left behind. So this is very common in insects, amphibians, reptiles, lots of fishes. Think about salmon, for example, that just spawn and are done, right? But in lots of animals, I don't know why these are all A's. That's funny. In lots of animals, females provide the care, and only females provide care. Okay, this is particularly true in mammals. So in many mammals, females, of course, do some care because there's internal fertilization and gestation happens within the female. Then lactation, which is a female-only skill, and then care. They're left to care for the young. Males, after fertilization, have left, and maybe they're looking for reproductive opportunities elsewhere. Females are sort of stuck. They're left behind to care for the young, and it's their best option. It's the way that their young are going to survive. In some animals, only males care. So in some fishes and some insects, males are left behind to care. This is a picture of a giant water bug. It's a male, and the male, the eggs are laid on his back, and he carries them around and he protects them until they develop fully. And of course, here's our seahorse. This is a kind of the storybook picture of a male who cares, right? The female fertilizes the eggs and leaves the eggs with the male in his pouch. They develop in his pouch, and eventually grow into little fry that he takes care of and he protects. And this is fairly common in fishes, where fishes are males are left behind to care for the young. And of course, in some species, both male and females care. This is called biparental care. It's common in birds. So when we look at birds, over 90% of bird species that we're aware of show biparental care to some extent. Males males and females may build nests, the female lays the eggs, the males and females may incubate, the males and females may provide food for the young, and so in most bird species we have male and female care, presumably because that is the best strategy that has evolved for raising the most young that can be raised, right? We get this social monogamy, if you will, with, of course, lots of extra pair copulations going on. In some fishes, there are pair bonds that form. So maybe you're familiar with cichlid fishes. Many cichlids form pair bonds, and mom and dad care for the eggs, care for the young fry. In some of these cichlids, they even mouth brood so that the young stay in the mouth of the adults so while they develop, while they grow, so that they're protected. And of course, in some mammals. So mammals, we would think that we'd have a higher percent of male and female care, but it's 5%. About 5% of mammals show biparental care. In most mammals, males leave. Males provide no care. But in 5% of mammals, males provide some care. So we see this in carnivores and in primates. Foxes, wolves, wild dogs provide food for and some care and protection of their young, right? In baboons and macaques, these guys will carry and protect and provide food or provision them. Now, baboons may gain a second benefit or several benefits from carrying around an infant. Baboons carrying around an infant, male baboons will be less likely to be attacked or attacked by another male. So it benefits him too to carry around an infant. And if he carries around an infant, he may form a bond with the mom of that infant and later have more mating access to her. Tamarins are involved in males are involved in care. Here's an herbivore, male beavers and prairie voles, our favorites. Zebras and horses, the males will defend the young. So we've got some care in some biparental care in mammals. And then alloparents. Alloparents are typically some type of relative providing care for the young. And Chapter 11 focused a lot on alloparents and why alloparents would provide care. The big overarching hypothesis there is inclusive fitness or kin selection. So alloparents, older siblings, maybe adolescent siblings not able to breed on their own yet or not able to get a territory, they're providing care for their siblings. It benefits them too in terms of their inclusive fitness or their indirect fitness. And we also see in humans at least, post-reproductive individuals, grandpas, grandmas, particularly grandmas, providing a lot of care. And there's a discussion in Chapter 11 about why that probably evolved, because it was so beneficial for our young, for our offspring to survive. It was incredibly beneficial for my grandma to play a role in caring for that young. Okay, so we're going to take a look at why do mostly females care in the next part of this lecture. If I can get out of here.